Want to hear a story? Are you ready to be booked up? Are you ready to double your income? Are you ready to have clients who love your work and for you to only offer services that you love? Let me tell you a little story of how we can get you there. So, this story is my story. So, a little backstory on me is I don't come from a beauty background. Originally, I went to school for economics and worked in bars and nightclubs for like 10 years. And side story on that, that is a great way of learning to build a business, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Anyways, getting out of university, not wanting to work in the bar anymore, I decided to take an eyelash extension course, which was my introduction to the beauty industry. A year later, I decided to take a microblading course. I was interested in eyebrows, and microblading was starting to gain some traction. People were starting to offer the service and starting to be interested in it. So I dove right into that. But what I'm really here to tell you about is how I got to the point that I'm at now, being fully booked up and having a successful microblading business that I love, and clients who love my work and want to see me specifically for my specialty. So when I first started, I rented a room just doing lashes. I moved home because I didn't have enough clients to support the room. Then I rented another room once I started doing brows, and then moved home again because wasn't really working out. After that, I did end up getting my own space in a lash bar downtown, which was really, really great. The problem with that was it was in a lash bar, and I wanted to specialize in microblading. I wanted to separate myself from eyelash extension. I'm renting this room from a lash bar. It's really great, but I have this moment. It is around Christmas time with a crazy lash rush. Everyone wants lashes for their Christmas parties, for Christmas Day, for New Year's. It's nuts. And I remember sitting there making volume fans and thinking in my head, if I have to make volume fans like this for the rest of my life, you can finish the sentence. Anyways, that was the moment that I decided that lashes were not for me. And no shade on all of you that love lashes, that made a career out of it, that want to make a career out of it. It's an amazing service and you can. It just personally wasn't for me. And you can take this information if lashes are for you. But basically what I decided was that microblading was for me. I loved it. Every second I was dealing with a client that wanted microblading, I was making those strokes. I was doing anything microblading related. I was so happy. So I decided that was a service for me, and I was going to specialize in that service. So how did I decide to do that? I had to separate myself from eyelash extensions. And in order to do that, I had to leave the lash bar because it was kind of the company above my company, and it was confusing people. They didn't realize that I specialized in microblading. So, best decision I ever made, I decided to leave and open my own studio that specialized in microblading only. So I left and I opened Alex Mitchell Brows that specialized in specifically microblading. Yes, I still offered eyelashes to a few clients. Yes, I still offered other brow services like permanent makeup services, brow laminations, but my specialty was microblading, and that was all that I focused on, all that I shared. Little side note, I do still have 4 or 5 OG lash clients that I just cannot stop seeing. I love them so much. Our hour together when I fill their lashes is so much fun. I focused on microblading. The only content that I shared was microblading. I was specializing in microblading. It was all about microblading. And this in turn, based on the law of attraction, attracted people who were interested in microblading. What you put out, you get in return. So I'm putting out microblading photos, how much I love it, how to do it, technique, anything I could possibly share about microblading, information, value to my clients, and it was attracting back to me clients who wanted microblading. So once I had that down, once I had decided that microblading was it for me and that's what I was going to specialize in, it became easier to produce that content, to show up as that specialist, because I already was. It was my favorite thing to do. I was versed in it, and I wanted to be that go-to microblading artist, at least in my city. And the great thing was I was getting clients who were meant for me because I was showing up authentically, sharing my specialty, which is what they in turn wanted, and being myself. And now that that was taken care of, I was able to start growing my business and growing my clientele by implementing the 6 methods that I actually teach in the Booked Up online course. At the time of implementing these, there was no Booked Up online course. There were no 6 methods. I was putting this together myself. And that is the great thing about the online course is you're not going to have to put it together yourself. I already did the work for you. You just have to implement. So I'd already put in the work to find out who my ideal clients were. They were people who were interested in me, my vibes, and the services that I had to offer. I was following up with every single lead that I got. I was following up with every single client after their appointment. I was asking for reviews from every single client, and I was sharing them as much as I possibly could. I then learned how to use Instagram to my advantage. I took my specialty and I put it out there and used Instagram to build a community around my business and my service and really build a connection with my followers, my potential clients, and my actual clients. I set up a referral program, probably one of the best things I've ever done to get people to refer others to me, and to this day the referral program is still serving me and my business. I also set up an online presence for my business outside of Instagram. Isn't it crazy that some people don't use social media at least as much as we do, or at all? We need to be able to be found. Our businesses need to be found outside of Instagram as well. So set up a presence outside of Instagram to attract clients who aren't on Instagram. I then invested time into my business, my services, and my clients by using what I now call the time investment strategy, which you will learn in the Booked Up online course. And by implementing all of these methods and specializing, I was able to double my income. I was able to work 1 less day a week in the studio. I was able to offer only the services that I love, and I was able to attract and book the clients that were meant for me, that wanted exactly what I was offering. And you can do that too. I had to do it on my own, but you don't, because of the Booked Up online course. It is here not only to teach you these methods, but to walk you through step-by-step actionable tasks of how to implement each one of these methods into your business to see results right away. Get you booked up. So are you ready to be booked up? Are you ready to double your income? Are you ready to have clients who love the services that you have to offer? Are you ready to only offer the services that you love to do? So you have to get on the waitlist for the Booked Up online course. Spots are going to be limited for the pre-launch, and pre-launch will be released to the waitlist first. So secure your spot on that list so you can get access to the course so you can get booked up too.